Welcome to this year's version of the My Guys episode. The NFL draft is tonight, but before we get there, I got to put my stake in the ground. These five I'm supporting no matter what. Now, before we get into Walter Nolan, let me know in the comments, man, who are your guys, man? Whether if they're a big name, whether they could be like an undrafted guy. Let me know the guys that you just love and you don't care where they go. You just love the player and you think they're going to be great at the next level, man. We're going to have some shockers on today's video. We're going to have some guys that could be first-round picks. Some guys, I mean, all these guys could be second-round picks. So that goes to show I don't have any bona fide top 10 guys on this list. Whether if you do or not, let me know down below, man. I'll get back to you as quickly as I possibly can. Again, the NFL draft is tonight. My favorite player in the class is Walter Nolan. 6'4", 300, a guy that is just a physical freak of nature, man. He is so disruptive up front. You see his stats on your screen now. The only thing you worry about is the fact that, hey, he can add a little bit to his pass rushing approach as far as getting after the quarterback because his win rate wasn't really the greatest. But 25 quarterback pressures last year, 6 sacks. His 40 time was amazing at his size. And this is a guy that out of high school was the #1 prospect. He went to Texas A&M. Boo. I'm a Gators fan. Don't really like Texas A&M for whatever reason. But hey, last year, first-team All-American as he transferred to Ole Miss, and he was also first-team All-SEC, but that goes to say, his strength is absurd. I think he's just a disruptor up front. He eats double teams, and again, any team is going to draft this guy and realize they have a superstar on their hands. Ladies and gentlemen, my favorite player in this class is Walter Nolan. Now let's go to the secondary over there with the Fighting Irish, Xavier Watts and Benjamin Morrison. To be honest, not a big fan of Notre Dame. I think they get a lot of, publicity every single year, a lot of coverage, just to turn out to be underwhelming. But I had to shut up this past year because not only did I love these players, well, they made it to the national championship game, led by this defense, Xavier Watts. I like to call him the X-Man. I'm sure a lot of people do. But hey, 90 tackles last year, 4 pass breakups, 6 interceptions, and he didn't have he had a great missed tackle percentage and rate. And that's impressive because this is a guy that can play in the box. He can play in the front 7. He can also step out in the slot and cover those guys. He can get in front of the tight ends, but he can also be great on the back end. This is a guy that just is a ball hawk. Last year, of course, he was tied for the second most interceptions in the nation as a team captain the last 2 years, if that matters. But hey, character, right? And now 2 years ago, he won the Nagurski Award, which means best defensive back in the nation, and that came with 7 interceptions. So if you're doing some quick calculations, 13 interceptions the last 2 years for the Fighting Irish. He is one of 2 players, and maybe this is why I like him, maybe not. But he's one of 2 players to be a consensus All-American defensively the last 2 years. If you can guess the other one, it shouldn't take you long. It's Travis Hunter. So Xavier Watts has dominated college football. He's a top 50 player for me. He's the 3rd best safety on my board, maybe even the 2nd. But I love Xavier Watts, and he should be a second-round pick. Now, for his teammate, BMO, or Benjamin Morrison, again, I like to call him BMO, right? 6', 200, your typical good size 4 cornerback at the next level. And for his career, he had 84 tackles the last couple of years. 9 interceptions. He ran a 4.40, and his arm length is the only question. But what I do want to say is this. Last year, it was cut short because he did have a pretty bad hip injury, and he missed the final 10 games of the season, which included their tremendous run to the college football playoff. But before that, in his collegiate career when he's played, he's been amazing. In 2022, freshman All-American, tied the nation for the most interceptions. In 2023, he had 10 pass breakups, led the team with that. 2024, last year, was a team captain before that pretty serious hip injury. He's lengthy, he's quick, he's twitchy, and I just think that he could be a #1 corner, and as of right now, there's no inklage that he's going to be a first-round pick. So Benjamin Morrison or BMO, I can't wait to see where he goes, but honestly, as a Browns fan, it's unfortunate. It kind of reminds me of a Baltimore Raven. Now, Jaden Higgins, 6'4", 210, a lot of people love this receiver out of Iowa State. And hey, for good reason. Last year, dominated. 87 receptions, over 1,100 yards, and 9 touchdowns. Given this production and volume, to only have a 2.2 drop percentage is insane. I've seen some comparisons of him to Larry Fitzgerald, And honestly, that's a great fit. That's a great comparison because he's not the Tyreek Hills of the world where he's small, twitchy, and he's fast, but he's not also a DK Metcalf, right? This is a guy that is just precise in his movement. But hey, if you want to get physical, you want to get in these jump ball situations, not many times are you going to beat Jaden Higgins. Look, again, you see his numbers. He was second team All Big 12. He just has a massive catch radius with his wingspan and just body control, really, in the air. I love Jaden Higgins. You love Jaden Higgins, and I can't wait to see where he goes. Now, this might be the shocker of today's video, but I'm in a camp that really no one else is in. Savion Williams, man. TCU product, 6'5", 225 pounds. Now, you hear that and you say, well, that might be, hey, a tight end. You're wrong. It is a utility guy. He was a receiver slash running back, and this is a guy that last year had 60 receptions, over 930 total yards, because he also had a lot of production on the ground, and 13 total touchdowns. Now, you do worry about his hands, because this is a guy that has all the talent in the world, but he has a lot of focus drops, man. He has one big play, and then the offense goes right back to him the next play, and he drops it because he's too excited to get up the field. So it's just the maturity, the ability to calm down, focus on just getting your hands on the ball first, and then making your move. Those are quick fixes, but Savion Williams does have all the talent in the world. Last year, you see his stats. He had 6 rushing touchdowns, 6 receiving touchdowns, and a passing touchdown. There we go, right? Passing touchdown to his teammate Jack Beck, who a lot of people love as well. Just given his massive size, his catch radius that comes with his 6'5" frame. So he's great in jump ball situations, but outside of that, man, he is just basically a younger, more agile Cordell Patterson, but I think he has more of an upside as a receiver. And that's kind of why I fell in love with him. I think this is a guy that's going to get drafted higher than we think, regardless of, again, your beliefs, because of the fact that he's a willing run blocker, and he's a great run blocker there for TCU the last couple of years. I'm excited to see where Savion Williams goes, but again, this is probably my oddball pick. So again, these guys aren't the Travis Hunters, the Shedeur Sanders of the world, but these are my guys, man. I love them. I love their tape, and I can't wait to see where they go because I got to see what teams I'm going to kind of sub-root for after my Cleveland Browns. But let me know your guys' down in the comments. Who are your my guys?